Lead is absorbed and can stay in our body for more than 30 years.
These rules will protect workers across Europe from getting cancer.
Os perigos do chumbo para a saúde humana são conhecidos há décadas. Apesar de já não fazer parte das canalizações ou da composição da gasolina, o chumbo continua a ser usado em várias indústrias.
So in this episode we've come to Belgium to look at the latest efforts at EU level to protect workers from harmful substances, including lead. What will new restrictions mean for public health? Why have they been updated? And do they go far enough? Welcome to Real Economy.
A Europa consome milhões de toneladas de chumbo todos os anos, quer seja em baterias de veículos, telhados ou cabos de alta tensão. O que é que acontece quando esses produtos chegam ao fim da sua vida útil? A Euronews visitou uma das maiores empresas de reciclagem de chumbo da Europa, que recupera e reutiliza grandes quantidades de chumbo na Bélgica e em França.
We are recycling about 90 to 95,000 tons of lead-containing scraps. Most of it are car batteries. In fact, we recycle in this plant here about 10,000 car batteries a day.
And why is it important that places like this exist?
Well, you know, if we wouldn't recycle those batteries, they would end up somewhere in a dump, which is obviously not that good. And by the way, the industry needs the lead, so it means that we would need to get lead from the mines, which either are in Europe or probably outside of Europe, which is, again, not that good for the environment.
A reciclagem desempenha um papel fundamental na redução dos resíduos. Mas o chumbo é também altamente perigoso para a saúde, nomeadamente para os trabalhadores. As empresas já possuem protocolos de segurança, mas a futura legislação irá mais longe.
We were well aware about these new regulations and we were working, of course, already for a long time into this direction. But of course, we will have to work further, but we will get there.
O quadro legal em vigor até agora tinha sido estabelecido em 1982. As novas regras implicam uma redução do limite de exposição de 70 para 15 microgramas por 100 mililitros de sangue.
The health effects of lead are known for a long time. But now we have more data indicating that these health effects also happen and occur at lower exposure levels. So we need to bring these levels down to prevent chronic disorders like, for example, cancer.
Para além do aumento do risco de cancro, os dados indicam que as mulheres enfrentam um risco adicional. O chumbo pode afetar o desenvolvimento do feto. Para os sindicatos, a prioridade é aplicar as regras em toda a União Europeia.
Our experience is that it is a large diversity as to how these rules are effectively enforced at workplaces. And of course, that's where guidelines come in. It's where the role and the function of trade union reps, labor inspectorates and so on comes into play. But it is a challenge to ensure that these rules are applied equally throughout Europe.
Para além do chumbo, a União Europeia decidiu limitar pela primeira vez a exposição a um grupo de compostos químicos denominados dissocianatos. Usados para formar polímeros, por exemplo, em turbinas eólicas, o composto pode causar doenças respiratórias como a asma. O novo limite máximo de exposição será fixado em 6 mg por metro cúbico num dia de trabalho de 8 horas.
In a moment, I'll speak to the MEP that helped to deliver Europe's new chemical limits. But before all that, here's our crash course.
A União Europeia fixou limites de exposição mais rigorosos para substâncias nocivas como o chumbo. De acordo com as estimativas, cerca de 100 mil trabalhadores estão expostos a este metal perigoso. O chumbo é altamente tóxico e pode causar cancro, danificar o sistema nervoso, afetar a fertilidade, os rins, o coração e o sangue. Na Europa, há cerca de 300 casos de doença por ano devido à exposição ao chumbo. As novas regras visam proteger melhor os trabalhadores através da redução do limite para menos de 1/5 do nível atual. A União Europeia deverá estabelecer pela primeira vez limites para os dissocianatos. Muito usados na indústria, estes produtos químicos podem causar irritação respiratória e asma. 4,2 milhões de trabalhadores da União Europeia estão expostos a estas substâncias.
Nikolai Willemsen, thank you for speaking to Euronews. How significant are these new limits for the protection of workers?
These are very significant. We are talking about that human lives will be saved, less workers will get sick from going to work, less workers will die. What we are doing is that we are revising for the first time in 40 years the limit value on lead, but we're also for the first time ever introducing a limit value on dicyanides. This means that metal workers, industrial workers, those who are making the wind turbine, who are making the batteries, those actually in the forefront of the green transition will be better protected due to this legislation.
Are the limits low enough?
Not if you ask me, and not if you ask the majority here in the parliament. But these are still significant improvements for workers. And I think it's also something that is a huge victory for me in these negotiations is that we managed to have a review clause. So within 5 years we'll have a review, meaning that we will not have to wait another 40 years for better improvement.
Do you think you will be revising these rules pretty quickly then?
That's of course important because we know there's always new technologies, there's always new things coming forward that shows that these harmful substances do more harm than we actually think. And the fact is just that now we're taking a significant step and we need to make sure that we don't have to wait decades again before further steps can be taken.
How confident are you that these new limits will be enforced across the European Union?
What we're speaking about here is hard law. So we're talking about union law that employers will need to respect. And if they do not respect that, then the authorities will have to make sure they face the consequences.
Isn't it the case, no matter what you do, more and more workers could be exposed to these substances because of the green transition?
Yes, more workers will be exposed to these dangerous substances due to the green transition. And that is why it is so crucial that we make sure that the workers are better protected, that those who do the green transition, the workers doing it underground, do not lose their life or get sick due to their work.
Depois da entrada em vigor, os Estados-membros têm 2 anos para transpor as novas regras sobre produtos químicos na legislação nacional.